Siegel Show, AM 620, NachumSiegel.com. Our Felder Focus with the great city councilman Simcha Felder, who's with us live via telephone. Simcha, welcome back to the Nachum Siegel Show.
Thank you very much for having me.
A pleasure to have you on the air as usual, and I am told that you have a special guest who is with us live via telephone as well.
Yeah, the special guest is a distinguished colleague of mine, Councilmember John Liu from Queens, who happens to also be the chair of the Committee on Transportation. Is John on?
I'm on. Thanks for having me.
Councilman, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
So I'm going to try to make believe that I'm intelligent tonight, Nachum.
A real issue, huh?
And I'm going to, I would like to just introduce the issue and let Councilmember Liu go into greater detail.
Okay.
But before I say anything, I do not like giving people introductions that aren't true.
Okay.
But what I'm about to say is entirely accurate about Councilmember Liu.
Uh-oh.
He's been the chair of the Transportation Committee. We came into office together, and he's been the chair of that committee since I'm in office. Besides being an extraordinary chair of that committee and an advocate for New Yorkers, I'm talking about for New Yorkers regarding issues related to transportation, he has been one of the toughest council members on committees, no matter what the issue, whether it's the Board of Education, whether it's the budget, whether it has to do with land use items. No one likes seeing John Liu. I don't know if that's a compliment, but I believe it is, because the witnesses, whether they're from the mayor's office, from the law department, whoever they are, from the police department, they always know that they're going to get a fair, but a tough question from John Liu. And he's a wonderful advocate. You know, if I had to have another councilman represent the place that I live besides myself, I'd be very lucky to have John Liu.
Wow.
So having said that, I just want to say we worked together on this bill regarding broken parking meters, which I think is just such a logical bill. But I'll let John do the rest because he's the expert.
All right, Councilman Liu, take it away. What's the situation with the broken meters and its penalties?
Yeah, well, let me say, Simcha, thank you. And listen, feel free to go on.
if only half of it is accurate, that's good, right, Councilman?
I thought he was going to say, feel free to retire from office.
The issue at hand is something that Simcha Felder brought to light, and it's a pretty common sense issue. A number of constituents had complained to Councilmember Felder, and in fact, many of our colleagues have received similar complaints where people have apparently gotten tickets for no good reason. And the purported reason that they're getting these hugely expensive parking tickets is for parking at a broken meter.
Mm.
Now, when you pull up to a parking space and you see a sign that says parking 2 hours maximum, sometimes it's 4 hours maximum, other places it's 6 hours maximum.
Right.
And you park your car, you get all your stuff, you're about to feed the meter, and the meter's busted.
Yeah, time to celebrate.
That's right. And most people just assume, and I think it's a logical assumption, that you get to park for up to the amount of time that the sign says.
Correct.
You want to feed the meter, but it's broken. You can't.
Right.
Well, it turns out that there's some arcane rule on the books that says you can only park there for up to 1 hour.
At a broken meter.
The sign says a maximum of 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back to the car and you get this ridiculous ticket.
Right.
And that is what we're fixing. Councilmember Felder's bill will mandate that people who park at a space where the parking meter is busted, that they get up to the maximum amount of time on the sign. It's as simple as that.
I cannot believe until you brought this to our attention, we never had a clue that was even the rule. That's unbelievable.
Well, and too many New Yorkers are waking up to that rule in the most rude of ways.
Yeah, in traffic court.
Finding a parking ticket on your windshield.
Councilman Liu, is there any opposition to this bill?
Can I chime in, even though I said I would try to sound intelligent?
Please.
I just wanted to say that when when the Department of Transportation sat in front of Councilmember Lou's committee, and he asked them the same question, they said to the council member that they're concerned about motivating more people to break the meters.
Oh, my gosh.
And Councilmember Lou asked them, what type of increase in broken meters are you forecasting? Because of that. I mean, come on! What's the story here? So that's the opposition.
But when this goes to the floor, can I assume it's going to be unanimous or not?
I think it's going to be. You know what? I'm going to bet that it is not going to have more than maybe 2 or 3 votes for whatever reason that are against it.
All right.
But in all likelihood, I think it's going to be unanimous because this is a common sense rule. This is not just about broken meters. It is about making our parking rules make more sense to people and that people are not giving these tickets when, in all fairness, they thought they were following the rules, they were following the law, and it's just this is the kind of rule that makes people feel like there's a ticket blitz going on, that the driving public is just being milked as a cash cow.
100%. And now these penalties, these fines, are exorbitant, certainly compared to what they were in the past.
It's absolutely true.
And now, can I ask him when you're done a political question?
Yeah, I just have one last thing. I know that people usually on the other end of these conversations don't like this question, but I'm so curious. Does anyone know how this rule started, what the logic was behind the 1-hour rule, or we just found it on the books and that's the end of it?
I don't know.
Logic, and Simcha started to talk a little bit about this when the administration, the Department of Transportation, testified against meaning the city council, are changing the rule.
Right.
They testified that the rule was absolutely necessary to prevent vandalism.
Oh, that was it. So it's, again, the breakage issue.
That's correct.
Interesting.
The problem is that so few people know about this rule, which is why they're getting so many tickets.
Right. Of course.
How could it be a deterrent? How can a rule that nobody knows about be a deterrent?
Right.
And as much as even if the rationale for this rule might make sense to some people, it's a case where the fact that so many people are being unfairly punished for really following the rules,
right,
that the disadvantages or the abuses of this rule far outweigh any potential benefit.
100%. Simcha, go ahead.
No, if you don't mind, I just figured that I have Councilmember Lou sort of in a spot here, and I love being able to have him in a spot.
Yeah, why not?
So I just wanted to know, Councilmember Lou, you said that you're not running for re-election as council member. True?
That is correct.
Okay. Are you running for any citywide office?
What is it?
As much as I'd love to join you in the council.
I know. You're going to miss me. But are you running for citywide office?
I am. Simcha, thanks for putting me in the spot. The main goal is to pass Simcha Felder's bill tomorrow. You can't
baloney Nachum Siegel and Felder. Hold on a minute.
You know who you're dealing with here?
Nachum, put him on the fire. Are you running for citywide office? Yes or no?
Yes, I am. I will. It would be a tremendous honor if people of New York City would have me as their next public advocate.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Nachum. Nice. Yeah. The hat is in the ring.
Nachum?
Yeah.
Do I bring you good guests or do I bring you good guests?
Well, you may have just brought me the next public advocate of New York. I can tell you that much.
It's about making sure that the public is being treated fairly, and this is a perfect example of why some rules in New York City just do not make any sense. They infuriate people, and that's why they need to change. And that's why we really thank Simcha Felder for his leadership.
Oh, there you go. All right. I like this.
It's about time, John Lou. Anyway, thank you very much for having us, Nachum.
I appreciate it. This was great. Councilman Lou, a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Nachum.
Simcha, as usual, big yasher koach to you.
Thank you.
Felder Focus on a Tuesday evening broadcast at AM 620.